All right, so we are going to start this next session on climate, environment, and resilience. And so the first one will be given by Tchégoun Michel Atchikpa. He's from Sheikh Anta Diop University, and he's presenting on adoption and impact of climate-smart innovation on household productivity, food, and nutritional security in Benin.
Okay, thank you. This study comes from my PhD dissertation, and it was about adoption in one big project like adoption and impact of climate-smart innovation on welfare in Benin. I just took one chapter of this dissertation for this presentation. That's the plan I'm going to follow. As background, with that existence of very critical area where hunger is rude, the food security status in the world is very, if I can know the repetition, worrying. And add to this, climate change is coming and is coming something where you need to fight against. In that way, some institutions like IITA and some others in West Africa or East Africa have developed some climate-smart innovation. This one I'm going to talk about is drought-tolerant maize in Benin. What are we going to add for this study is about when the climate-smart innovation have been disseminated, the thing surprising is that the people, farmers, don't adopt those climate-smart innovation, and we are going to focus on what were the factors who determine the adoption in Benin, and how is it impact on welfare, especially in food security and nutritional status in Benin. We focus on that study because there is some contradiction in the literature. Those people find that there is no real impact on with climate-smart innovation and welfare. We can see that with some others. We survey 518 households in Benin. In the whole Benin, you can see the village and the district there. The data we used was from the socio-economic characteristic perception of drought-tolerant drought in Benin, quantitative, like quantity of input and output, household consumption expenditure, perception of household on food security, knowledge aptitude, and practice on a minimum acceptable and household diet diversity. We also collect some data on village infrastructure to see what if it is those kind of variable who affect the adoption and can impact the welfare. I know I'm not going to take time on that methodology. It is very, I think we want to say that we use the endogenous switching regression to see the impact after this endogenous switching regression have a advantage to put at one hand the determinant of food security, and other way we can find the impact if we do with average treatment effect. These are the results we found, like for the social and socio-economic characteristics of the respondent. We can see that there is no big difference between those who adopt and those who didn't adopt the in terms of socioeconomic characteristics. The adoption rate we made, we found that for the whole study, the average was, the rate of adoption is 60%. While in some country we have, in some district, village, we have more than the average of the whole study. Here is the statistic of with food security indicators and for the nutritional indicators we use. For each indicator we have done, we have regressed, we have run a regression, a switching regression. I'm not going to present that, but we introduced 21 variables for each regression, and those variables you are seeing there, those are the variables which were significant in terms of determining or in the adoption or the impact of study. This first one was productivity, yield of maize harvested. This model was with household per capita expenditure on food, and this one is on food consumption of the household. The following one was on food insecurity, severity experiences. This model is on the household dietary diversity score, and the last one is on body mass index. To summarize the model, we can see that gender, access to credit, farm size, household size are the main factor which determine adoption in Benin of those climate smart innovation. Here is the result of the impact. We can see that there is no significant impact of the adoption on maize productivity, but the impact is significant with household per capita expenditure, also with household diet diversity score, household diversity, food consumption score, and with children body mass index. We can see that for the household food insecurity access, there is no significant impact, but we can see the adoption just increase the food experience, food insecurity experience of the household. That may be explained by the fact that the productivity cannot be given to the diet status in the household. Sorry. What we have done by conducting this study, we have shown that adoption of drought-tolerant maize can help to fight against food security. Also, with that study, we find that the adoption can help food security, but not very significant with food security, some indicators in that particular food security we use. And So we suggest that there is a need to undertake additional action, like to ensure the positive effect on productivity translate to consumption, likely to undergo agri-food processing for better household nutrition in the area of the study. It will be also beneficial to, beyond the availability of dimension of food security we use, to put policy that can result food insecurity, but also focus on nutrition study. This is the next step. Where impact must be used with panel data. We are going for that for the future research. Survey the household we have done and come with a strong result with panel data. Thank you.